What you're about to witness is truly shocking. But before we continue, make sure to follow us so you don't miss out on these exclusive updates, because right now, no one else has this information. Stay tuned until the very end, because what you'll see last will absolutely shock you. Sudiksha Konanki, a 20-year-old University of Pittsburgh student from Chantilly, Virginia, embarked on a spring break trip to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, with 5 female friends on March 3, 2025. They checked into the Rio Republica Hotel, an all-inclusive resort known for its vibrant atmosphere. On the evening of March 5th, the group enjoyed the resort's amenities, including its bars and nightclubs. In the early hours of March 6th, around 4:05 a.m., surveillance footage captured Sudiksha appearing unwell at one of the bars, possibly due to excessive alcohol consumption. Here on the left, you can see Sudiksha vomiting, and on the right is Joshua. This is where everything started. Shortly after, at approximately 4:15 a.m., she was seen heading towards the beach with a group of 6 women and 2 men, including 22-year-old Joshua Riibe, a student from St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. By 6 a.m., most of the group had left the beach, leaving Sudiksha alone with Riibe. Riibe later told authorities that they had been swept away by a strong wave and carried down the shoreline. After struggling to make it back to land, he said he vomited from swallowing salt water. He claimed to have lost sight of Sudiksha during this ordeal. Riibe returned to his hotel room alone around 10 a.m. Sudiksha's belongings, including her phone and wallet, were left with her friends, which was unusual for her, according to her family. Dominican authorities, with assistance from the FBI and other U.S. agencies, launched extensive search operations utilizing drones, helicopters, and detection dogs to scour the waters off the island's east coast. Despite these efforts, no trace of Sudiksha has been found. The area where she disappeared is known for its dangerous surf and strong currents, with previous drowning incidents reported earlier in the year. Riibe has been detained for questioning under what his family describes as irregular conditions, including extensive interrogations without legal counsel or translators until March 12th. He maintains that he attempted to save Sudiksha from rough waters before losing sight of her. While authorities have not labeled him a suspect, his involvement continues to draw significant scrutiny. As of today, the investigation remains active, with authorities exploring all possibilities, including accidental drowning and foul play. Sudiksha's family continues to appeal for a thorough investigation, holding on to hope for answers regarding her disappearance. Something is not adding up in the case of Sudiksha Konanki's disappearance. While authorities continue their investigation, one thing remains clear. The inconsistencies in Joshua Riibe's statements are raising serious suspicions. Let's break them down. Joshua initially claimed that he and Sudiksha were kissing in the ocean, when suddenly a powerful wave swept them away, pulling them further down the shoreline. Now, let's think about this. You're alone with someone. You're bonding. You're sharing an intimate moment. Then, out of nowhere, danger strikes. Wouldn't common sense dictate that you stay together? That you fight through the struggle as a pair, watching over each other? Instead, Joshua states that he simply lost sight of her. No desperate attempt to hold on. No immediate search to find her. In most situations where survival instincts kick in, people naturally cling to each other for protection and safety. And yet he let go, just like that. After the supposed struggle in the ocean, Joshua says he was so exhausted that he simply collapsed on the sand and fell asleep. But here's where things get really strange. The sun in Punta Cana is ruthless. On that particular day, the sunrise was at 6:48 a.m. Joshua returned to his hotel nearly 4 hours later, and yet his body showed no signs of sunburn or sun exposure. Ask yourself, how does someone sleep for hours on a tropical beach, under direct Caribbean sun, and walk away without a single mark? If this story were true, he would have visible sunburn, or at the very least, signs of extreme exposure. But there's no evidence of that whatsoever. Imagine this. You just lost someone you were with in the ocean, someone who was right beside you, struggling against the waves, would you immediately seek help? Call for someone? Inform authorities? Well, Joshua didn't. He didn't tell his friends. He didn't notify hotel staff. He didn't rush to call for help. He simply went back to his room. His actions do not align with those of someone who just witnessed a life-threatening event. Instead, they resemble someone trying to distance themselves from the situation. When Dominican authorities directly asked Joshua, "How long were you in the water at the beach?" his response? "I'm not sure. I didn't have my phone with me." But here's where his own story collapses. Surveillance footage shows Joshua walking to the beach, holding his phone, recording himself and Sudiksha. This is undeniable evidence that his statement to the procurator's office was false, so why lie about something so basic? At the end of his statement, authorities asked Joshua if he had anything else to add, and his response was bizarre. "The next morning, my friends went to the beach while I was talking to someone. They found my things because I never picked them up, but someone had stolen my shoes and the keycard to my room." Now, at first glance, this might seem insignificant, but think about it. Why didn't he pick up his belongings? Why did he avoid going back to that beach? Could this be a subconscious admission of fear? A fear of returning to the exact spot where he last saw Sudiksha? Did he avoid the scene because it would force him to confront the truth of what really happened that night? From the illogical separation in the water, to the impossible nap on the beach, to the phone footage that directly contradicts his own words, Joshua Riibe's version of events simply does not add up. There are too many inconsistencies, too many missing details, and too many unanswered questions. But here's what we do know. Sudiksha Konanki is still missing. So, we ask again, was this truly an accident? Or is there something far more sinister at play? As the case unfolds, new evidence may surface, new statements may be made, and the truth may finally come to light. But until then, one question remains. Where is Sudiksha Konanki? What do you think happened that night? Drop your theories, thoughts, and questions in the comments below. Your opinion matters. And if you want to stay updated on this case and other breaking stories, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Together, let's uncover the truth.